Hello and welcome to Solent Sports News for our last programme of the year. I'm Mark Fenner and coming up on today's show, the day we've all been waiting for. And it's not just indoor beers and burgers from today. Fans are allowed back and the Saints are in action tomorrow. There'll be cup glory for one of football's biggest rivals. We look ahead to the Women's Hampshire Cup Final between Southampton and Portsmouth. Also on the programme, after a quarter of a century and nearly 500 tournaments, a Southampton golfer is victorious. And more success in the city as the Solent Kestrels win the National Basketball League playoffs for the third time in a row. The fans are back. Southampton host Leeds in their final home game of the season tomorrow. Amy Adams is live from the ground to fill us in on what's been happening. Amy, 24 hours until fans are back in stadiums. Can you sense the excitement yet?
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, it's great. You know, yesterday we saw in the FA Cup Final between Leicester and Chelsea that there were 20,000 fans back at Wembley. You know, it's brilliant seeing that the fans are back in the stadium cheering on their teams. Looking to Southampton, Ralph Hasenhüttl's side will be looking to finish their season with their third win in a row. It's not just the opponents that they will be looking to welcome back at St Mary's. For the first time since December, Saints fans will be allowed back in the stadium to watch their beloved team play. Up to 8,000 fans will be lucky enough to experience the matchday atmosphere again. Here's what the journalism students at Solent University had to say.
Oh, it's great. I think football's missed that over the last year and a half.
Football days are massive in London, Southampton, any major city.
It's the main reason that sport and the world ticks and goes round the fans, and I think it's been long overdue.
Football in Southampton is massive.
I think it's huge. I think when you've got somewhere to go on a Saturday afternoon, it brings the city closer together.
It's not just the men's team who will be welcoming fans back. Wednesday's Hampshire Cup Final will see Southampton women face Portsmouth in the South Coast Derby. Jay Sadler, the Portsmouth women's head coach, said that their team are hoping to breathe off the energy of the fans.
An added bonus for the game as a spectacle, really, just to be able to see familiar faces, hopefully be able to see some new ones too, and use that energy. It's not been the same up and down the country without fans, and you've been seeing in the men's FA Cup what fans can do to a football team.
The game will take place on Wednesday at Wesley Park with kick-off at 8 p.m. Back to you in the studio, Mark.
Thanks, Amy. Staying with the Hampshire Cup Final, supporters will be treated to a South Coast derby on Wednesday as Southampton take on Portsmouth. The sides have faced each other in the same competition for the last 2 years, with Portsmouth winning on both occasions. Will this year hold a different story? Rob O'Hanlon has more.
Southampton played their highest opposition side since their reformation a few years ago yesterday in Women's Super League team Birmingham City in the 5th round of the FA Cup. They were 3-0 down with just 10 minutes to go, but brought it back to 3-2 in an amazing 5-minute spell for the Saints, with Pusey and Morris the scorers. However, they fell just short of that all-important equaliser that would have got them a penalty shootout. The club will hope to bounce back when they play Portsmouth in the Hampshire Cup Final on Wednesday evening, where they hope to secure their first cup win over their South Coast rivals in the competition. Captain Shannon Seabright believes a win on Wednesday will help prove the Saints are the best club in Hampshire and why they deserve to be near the top.
This team is kind of like a great challenge for us to position ourselves as like the best team in Hampshire, which is like something that we want to do as a collective. And as a club, like we're on this like journey to become like competing in like the women's like elite level, top of the women's pyramid. So this is again like a great opportunity for us to establish ourselves as the best in Hampshire and then build from there, continue our journey together.
While Southampton were playing their FA Cup fixture, Portsmouth were at Wesley Park, the ground for Wednesday's final, where they were putting their final preparations in for their final fixture of the season. And the most successful team in the Hampshire Cup's history, manager Jay Sadler still believes even though the team have played a lack of games this season, they will still be able to prove why they have been the most successful club in the competition.
wasn't ideal. We would have liked to have played a game. We would like to play football. It has been a bit of a crazy time as such with the lack of games. However, it's a cup competition we know well. We've won it several times in the past, and we want to keep it at the blue off of Hampshire.
The fixture will also see the return of fans for the first time in 2021 for either side. Portsmouth midfielder Casey James believes there will be a welcome addition to the game and hope their presence will give the team the extra boost they may need to win the cup.
Yeah, I think the fans for us is a massive factor. There are 12 man, so the fact that we can have them here, and I'm pretty sure being in Portsmouth that we're going to have a big following. So yeah, hopefully we can get the win for the fans.
It all comes down to Wednesday night. Join us to see who will come out victorious in the biggest South Coast derby between these two teams in their history. I've been Robert Hanlon for Solent Sports News.
Looking at another final, there is still a large gap to close on Europe's elite if Chelsea are going to reach the next level. Those are the words of Emma Hayes, who saw her side concede 4 goals in 36 minutes against Barcelona last night. The Blues boss pointed to her side's lack of attacking threat being an area they must improve on to compete.
But what I didn't think we did was defend our box well enough when it came down to it, and I didn't think we were good enough in theirs, so that's why we don't win the game. And that's something we've prided ourselves on, and something that if we want to go up to another level, then we have to reflect on what that takes to do that, because I think the better team won the game.
Over to golf. Richard Bland finally achieved his lifelong ambition in winning a European Tour title. The 48-year-old won the first hole of a sudden death playoff against Guido Miglozzi to earn the victory. The Stoneham Club member, who turned professional in 1996, succeeded at the 478th time of asking. On social media, Tyson Fury has announced that his fight with Anthony Joshua has been given the green light from his camp. The two British heavyweights will come face-to-face on the 14th of August to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. The 32-year-old further suggested that the entire world will be watching.
All eyes of the world will be on the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and I cannot wait, repeat, cannot wait to smash Anthony Joshua on the biggest stage of all times. This is going to be the biggest sporting event ever to grace the planet Earth. Do not miss it. All eyes on us. Peace out. God bless. See you all in Saudi.
Up in Manchester, another week, another trophy for the Solent Kestrels. On Saturday evening, the Solent University-based team beat Hemel Storm 93-62. They added the NBL Division 1 playoff to their growing trophy cabinet, making it a total of 3 titles in a dominant season for the Southampton side. And that's all from us. We'll be at Wesley Park for coverage of the Hampshire FA Cup Final on Wednesday night. Until then, have a fantastic week. Goodbye.